Is there anybody there?
Hold your noise! Keep still, you young devil, or I'll cut your throat! What's your name?
Pip, sir.
Once more, give it mouth, boy.
Pip, sir.
Eh? Where do you live?
The village, sir.
Young varmint, you. Where's your mother?
Here, sir.
Where?
I mean here, sir. Also, Georgiana, that's my mother.
Is that your father? Belonging to your mother?
Yes, sir. Him too. Late of this parish.
Right. Who do you live with, then? Supposing that you kindly let to live. For I ain't made up my mind here.
My sister, sir. Mrs. Joe Gargery, wife of Joe Gargery, the blacksmith, sir.
Blacksmith, eh? Blacksmith. Looky here.
Oh,
You know what a file is? You know what whittles is?
food, sir.
Now you bring me your file and you bring me whittles. Here, tomorrow morning early. Or your heart and your liver shall be torn out. Roasted at 8. You hear me? No, I ain't alone, as you might think I am. There's a young man hid with me. Compared with which young man, I am an angel. That young man has secret ways peculiar to himself of getting at a boy, yes, and getting at his heart and at his liver. You hear me? Oh, yes. And a boy may lock his door and be warm in his bed and think himself comfortable and safe. But that young man will softly creep and creep his way to him and tear his inside out. Now, I'm keeping that young man from getting into your insides with great difficulty.
I'll get you the file and food.
Say, Lord, strike you dead if you don't.
Lord, strike me dead if I don't.
What poor varmint did they hang there, over yonder?
A pirate, sir.
Oh, you remember what you undertook. And you remember that young man. Now, you get your old boy.
Good night, sir.
Aye, what you I wish I were a frog, or a eel.
Bleat it out, old clam, with the clink for the snout. Pip, old chap! Whatever's the matter with you? Where have you been, old chap? Mrs. Joe's out looking for you.
Is she?
She is, old chap. And what's more, she's got Tickler with her. She sat down, and she got up, and she made a grab for Tickler, and she rampaged out, Pip. She rampaged out.
Joe Gargery! Joe Gargery! Joe Gargery! You great staring stuck pig of a... Where have you been? Where have you been? Try to fetch and fight and worry me to death, would you? Well, that'll teach you. Where have you been? I'll have an answer.
Only to the churchyard.
Churchyard. If it weren't for me, you'd have gone to the churchyard long ago and stayed there. Who brought you up by hand?
You did.
I did. Don't ask me why. I wouldn't do it again. I've never had this apron off since the day you was born. It's shame enough to be a blacksmith's wife. And him a gargery. Without being a mother to you.
You all right, old chap?
Churchyard, indeed. You'll drive me to my grave between you. And a precious pair of muttonheads you'd be without me. Huh.
Say, Pip, old chap, you can't have chewed it. It'll stick.
Now what's the matter?
Cough it up if you can, old chap. Manners is manners, but your health's your health.
Whispers, whispers. What's the matter then?
Pip, old chap, you and me is ever the best of friends. I'd be the last to telling you, but such a most uncommon bolt as that.
Been bolting his food, has he? Then he'd better be dosed.
I used to bolt myself when I was your age, Pip, old chap. And I've seen some bolters in my time. But I ain't never seen your bolting equal yet, Pip. It's a miracle you ain't bolted dead.
Miracle for who, I'd like to know. Drink it down. Every last drop. You'll take a dose yourself, Joe Gargery, after the turn you've had.
There's another convict off.
What does that mean, Joe?
Escaped, escaped.
There was one off last night. Now they're giving warning of another one.
Who's giving warning?
Questions, questions, questions. If I find that pudding ain't thoroughly stirred, there'll be no Christmas dinner for you, my lad.
Mrs. Joe, I'd like to know, if you wouldn't much mind, where the firing comes from.
Don't bless the boy. From the hulks.
And please, what's hulks?
That's the way with this boy. Answer one question, they'll ask a dozen more. They're the prison ships out across the marshes.
I wonder who's put in prison ships.
You'd badger the life out of a body, you would. Villains are put in them. Thieves and murderers. That's how they end up. And how do they begin? By asking too many questions. Now off to bed with you. Go on, off. What are you doing? Sitting there like a suet dumpling. There's convicts loose, isn't there? Do you want us murdered in our beds? Lock up! You great fool. Lock up! Get up them stairs. Get you along to bed. I'll get tiptoe to you, my lad.
Boy may lock his door and think himself warm in his bed, and think himself comfortable and safe. But that young man will softly creep his way to that boy and tear him up. ashore!
No! No!
Come ashore, boy! Best to be hanged at once!
No!
Why put it off? Let it be hanged now!
No! No!
The hulks. That's where little thieves go. Little thieves.
What's this, boy?
Brandy, sir.
You brought no one.
No, sir, no.
I believe you.
Won't you leave some for him?
Him? Who's him?
The young man that you spoke of.
Oh, him. Oh, no, he won't be wanting no victuals.
He looked hungry enough to me.
Look,
I saw him. He was dressed just like you.
where?
Over yonder.
When did you see him, boy?
Just now.
His face? Did you see his face? Was he marked here?
Yes, sir.
No. I thought it was the gun I heard. Couldn't be sure. I heard voices, too, and I saw things. Soldiers and the rattle of muskets. Make ready! Present.
Sir, if you'll excuse me, I must be getting home.
Curse this iron on my sore ankle.
Goodbye, sir. Merry Christmas.
Curse him. I'll put him down like a bloodhound.
Mrs. Gargery, ma'am, are we ready for the grace?
Please, Mr. Wopsle.
For what we are about to receive, may the Lord make us truly grateful.
Amen.
Amen. And especially, boy, be grateful to them which brought you up by hand. Ma'am.
Why is it that the young are never grateful?
Naturally vicious.
I know you're partial.
Trap them.
Hey, take that out to them. Compliments of Mrs. Joe.
Wanton waste, I call it.
Compliments of Mrs. Joe.
Thank you. Right now, children. No snatching now. Share it out proper.
Merry Christmas, Biddy.
Merry Christmas, Pip. Can you come along with us? Oh. Oh, I see. Well. Come on, children.
But am I alone in considering the subject of today's sermon singularly ill-chosen?
Dull as mud.
I swear, Mr. Hubble nodded off. Didn't you, my dear? Now, if you'd had the preaching of it, Mr. Wopsle.
Oh, dear ma'am, would that the church could be thus thrown open. But one despairs. I am not, as I say, one to criticize, but truly to deliver a dull sermon in this day and age is the less excusable when there are so many subjects going about.
Oh, you've hit it there, sir. Plenty of subjects going about for those who know how to put salt on their tail. Now look at pork alone, eh? There's a subject, eh? If you want a subject, look at pork.
Very true, sir. Many a moral might be deduced from that text. Swine were the companions of the prodigal. The gluttony of swine was put before us as an example to the young.
Look at this here boy. Enjoying himself with his elders and betters, improving himself with their conversation, rolling in the lap of luxury. And is he grateful?
He's been a world of trouble to you, Mum. That I do know.
Trouble. I should say he has.
Will you take a little brandy, Uncle P?
Gratefully, ma'am.
Trouble? Not a night slept through from 0 to 5. Not a sickness in the village, but he'd catch it. Not a tree, but he'd fall out of it. Nor a ditch, that he'd fall into it. Trouble? Huh?
I drink to a saint, ma'am.
Uncle P.
Oh,
Pumpkin.
Uncle P.
How could Tar get into the brandy?
Oh, my Uncle P.
Oh, all's well, ma'am. Oh, some hot gin and water, if you please.
Hot gin and water.
Quick, you great lump! Oh, Uncle Pete. Oh, my. Oh, my.
Is he dying?
Dying? Oh, whatever put that idea in your head, old chap?
Hurry up with those plates. And make sure they're cold. Uncle Pete. And now, you must taste the most delightful and delicious present of Uncle P's. A pie. A savoury pork pie.
Do no harm.
Fetch it from the larder pit. What's the matter with the boy? Fetch it at once.
Be a piece in it for you, old chap.
Mutinous.
Always a pleasure. Christmas after Christmas here.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Back, boy. We'll see if Tickler won't hurry him up.
Excuse me, ladies and gents, but I'm on a chase after a couple of convicts, and I need the blacksmith.
And what do you want with him, pray?
A little job done, missus. These here ain't acting pretty. Locking them goes wrong. I reckon they'll be use for them before the night's out.
All right, that's it. Got a timber back in there, eh?
Aye, they're known to be out on the marshes still. Anybody here seen anything of such game?
I should hope not.
Well, they'll find themselves trapped in a circle sooner than they can count on. My thanks to you, blacksmith.
I was thinking I might perhaps come along with you, if that be in order.
Glad to have you. And any other gent who wants to see some sport.
In the circumstances, someone should stay to protect the ladies.
Quite right.
Smoke a pipe. If Garden is going, I shall go.
Right then. Up, lads!
Can I come, Joe?
Well, I don't rightly know.
Take him if you will. He can bring an account back. You're no better with a story than a codfish.
Fall in! Look, lively!
If you bring him back with his head blown to bits, don't look to me to put it together again.
Forward! Forward!
For a past, if I may say so, fit for an emperor. Good night, Merry Christmas.
I hope we shan't find them, Joe.
I'd give a shilling to know they got clean away.
Stay closer to the river!
Joe. Joe, is it too exhausting for the boy?
Larks.
Joe! Joe! Joe!
Mother! Halt! Help! Help! Ah! He's trying to kill me! No! No! Get him! Follow me, lads! At the double!
This'll be a winder.
Hey!
Help!
Let's have you.
I'll kill you, Compazon! Compazon!
Come on. Let me out. Get him back. Get him back.
Fine gentleman, Compazon. I'll drag you back, sir. Let me go. I took him, and I gave him to you. Remember that.
Small good it'll do you. I took him, and he knows it, and that's good enough for me.
He tried to murder me. You're all witnesses.
Murder him? Wouldn't I done it if I could? If I'd wanted to.
You lying swine.
Liar am I. Do you see much iron on that leg? I don't. I could have got clean away, but I done better.
I dragged him back. Liar.
Hark at his voice. He's a gentleman, he is, this villain.
A gentleman born with a bow and a simper for the judge when we was tried together, and he turned me in.
Well, now, the Hulks can have their gentleman back.
And it's prime varmint, by the look of you.
Bring him up!
Come on, you, get up. Come on. Come on, let's get a move on. And you, come on.
Mind it short. Steady. Order in.
I wish to say something regarding this escape. May prevent some persons laying under suspicion along of me.
You'll say it all right to a judge.
Man can't starve. At least I can't. I took some whittles up at the village over yonder.
Stole, you mean?
I'll tell you where from. It was from the blacksmith's. It was a drum of liquor and a pie.
Well, blow me. My wife missed a pie. Just a moment after you come in, didn't she, Pip?
You're the blacksmith. I'm sorry to say, sir, I eaten your pie.
Well, you're welcome to it, insofar as was ever mine. We don't know what you done, but we wouldn't have you starved to death for it, poor miserable fella creature, would us, Pip?
Get him aboard.
Right, come on, you go. Keep walking.
Come on, let's have it.
Keep going forward. Keep going.
Home, lads!
Sergeant.
Yes, blacksmith?
Come on, Pip, old chap. Bedtime. She'll be home in a moment, Pip, old chap. Oh. Astonishing. You have come on since Christmas. You are a scholar.
Did you ever go to school, Joe?
No, Pip.
Why not?
Well, Pip,
My father were given to drink. Consequence, I had to keep him, which you see proved a drawback to my learning.
Did he hammer you, Joe?
Oh, with such a vigour, Pip, as never he hammered his anvil. And my poor mother, too. Consequence, My mother and me, we ran away from my father several times. But my father, he was that good in his heart that he couldn't bear to be without us. And so he'd come after us with a most tremendous crowd and they'd make such a row outside the houses where we were staying that the people there would be obligated to give us up. And then he'd take us home and hammer us. He died. Took off in a purple lectic fit, he were. And my mother, too, soon after. God bless her poor soul.
Go on, Joe.
Well, it was lonesome here at the forge all alone then. So I got acquainted with your sister. Now, Pip, your sister is a fine figure of a woman.
I'm glad you think so, Joe.
A little redness, a little matter of bone here and there. What does that matter to me? No, but Pip, it were all the talk of how she were bringing you up alone by hand. Very kind, folks said, and I said so too. So small and flabby as you was. You bring the child, says I, as soon as she was ready to go to the church. There's room for him at the forge. And there we are. They were such friends, eh, Pip?
Mind you, I will say that Mrs. Joe is given to government. At such times as when she is on the rampage, Pip, candour compels me to admit she is a buster. But, and I want to say this to you, in all seriousness, I've seen so much of my own poor mother, a drudging and a slaving and a breaking of her honest heart. I'm dead afeard to be doing wrong by my own wife. I only wish it was just me that got put out, old chap. I wish there weren't no tickler for you.
Joe Gargery.
But that ain't the way of it. And there it is.
Oh, there. Oh, there. Oh!
Well, if that boy ain't grateful this time, he never will be. It's only to be hoped he won't get pampered and above himself. But I have my fears.
Oh, she ain't in that line, ma'am. She knows better.
What are you gawking at, Joe Gargery? Is the house afire?
Well, which some individual mentioned, sir.
You wouldn't call Miss Havisham a he, I suppose.
Miss Havisham from uptown?
Is there any Miss Havisham downtown? She wants this boy to go and play there.
What?
And play he will, or I'll work him.
Well, however do she come to know Pip?
Who said she knew him, you great moon calf?
Well, which some individual mentioned Pip
Isn't Uncle P a tenant of hers? Don't he go there to pay his rent? And might she not ask him if he knew a boy to be playmate to her niece? And wouldn't Uncle P, who is always considerate for us, mention this boy?
Well put, ma'am. Prettily pointed. Now, Joseph, you know the situation.
I doubt it. I doubt he's considered that this boy's fortune may be made by his going to Miss Havisham's. And look at him. Grimed with dirt from head to toe. Ow. 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 mind your manners up at the house, or you'll know about it.
Goodbye, Joe.
Goodbye, Pip, old chap.
Servant, ma'am. Wonderful. Oh, there. Oh. 10 o'clock on the dot. Get down, boy, and ring the bell.
What name? What name?
Pumblechook.
Quite right.
And this is young Pip.
Is it?
Make your bow, boy, make your bow.
Come in, Pip. Oh? Do you want to see Miss Havisham?
If Miss Havisham wishes to see me.
Ah, but you see she don't. Come with me, boy. Boy? Don't loiter, boy.
Go in. After you, miss.
I'm not going in.
Come in. Who is it?
Pip, Mum.
Pip.
Come to play, Mum.
Step nearer. Come close. Let me look at you. You're not afraid of a woman who has never seen the sun since before you were born? Do you know what I touch here?
Yes, Mum.
What?
Your heart.
Broken! I want diversion. I have a fancy to see some play. Yours one day, my dearest. You'll use it well. Let me see you play cards with this boy.
But he's a common labouring boy.
Well, you can break his heart.
What do you play, boy?
Only beggar my neighbour, miss.
Beggar him.
Jack.
He calls the knaves jacks. What coarse hands he has. Deal them again, boy. Oh, you stupid, clumsy labouring boy.
Pip, come here.
Look at his thick boots.
You don't answer her. What do you think of her?
I don't like to say.
Tell me in my ear.
I think she's very proud.
Anything else?
I think she's very pretty.
Anything else?
I think she's very insulting.
Anything else?
I think I should like to go home.
And never see her again, though she is so pretty. When shall I have you here again? 6 days from now. Do you hear?
Yes, Mum.
Estella, take him down. Give him something to eat. Go, Pip.
Boy? There you are, boy.
I'm not hungry.
Miss Havisham says you're to eat.
I'm not hungry.
Can you sing, boy? Well, can you?
A bit.
Sing me a song, then. Go on.
Beat it out, old Clem, with the clink for the stout old Clem. Blow the fire, old Clem.
Why don't you cry?
Because I don't want to.
Oh, yes, you do.
I don't.